Hi guys, I'm Punky Judester. This is the Punky Judester channel and you are joining me for the Judecast episode 19. So let's get right on with it with some Cyberpunk news, you guessed it. Of course, the big news this week is the fact that they've released the 1.1 patch and it's said to bring stability improvements amongst other things like bug fixes and so forth. It's available on Steam and GOG and is supposed to just bring general overall improvements in the game. A statement from CD Projekt Red said, in this update we focus on various stability improvements which you can find outlined in the patch notes. We will continue to work on the patch 1.2 and other upcoming updates. At the same time, we will continue fixing bugs that you encounter and listen to your feedback on how to improve the overall experience. So amongst the things that they've fixed are stability, some of the quests, how they operate, the UI, visual improvements, achievement improvements. They've addressed the issues of the saving, fixed issues with the inputs that could stop things working when you opened different actions. The continues issues where the main menu would load end game save, and also issues that are specific to each platform. Apparently the fixes work quite well on PC and PS4, but the Xbox One patch has left users a bit disappointed. Apparently they haven't noticed any difference between what was there before and what's happened after the patch. But that's not the only problem. Apparently it has led to a new bug. Of course it did. So this relates to the Down on the Street quest in the game. As part of the quest you must receive a holocall from Takamura, and when you get the holocall it appears like Takamura will show, but he just stares at you silently and doesn't actually say anything. And the problem is this then prevents you from doing the quest. And so you then can't progress through the story. I shouldn't laugh. But, you know, we were expecting. Come on, you knew as well as I did that there would be a problem in this update. You knew as well as I did. Don't tell me you didn't. You knew it. You knew it. I mean, come on. This is the thing. CD Projekt Red has issued a workaround that looks to solve the issue, but it requires you to have an earlier game save. And it's a 4-step process. Step 1, load the game save before the Takamura and V leave Wakako's office. Step 2, finish the conversation with Takamura outside the office right away. Number 3, right after the finished conversation, when the quest is updated, skip to 23 hours, or I guess 11 PM. See if the holocall triggers a dialogue and Takamura starts. Yeah, so that's apparently their workaround. I'm not sure what that's going to do. I still haven't actually played it. I've been super busy this week, so I haven't actually got a chance to play any of the game since the 1.1 update came. CD Projekt Red have said they're going to issue, or they probably want to issue, a hotfix as soon as possible. They've said they will continue to focus on stability improvements and will keep updating the game. But yeah, I think maybe you want to sort this one out, because, like, seriously guys, you release a patch and it then stops people from advancing through the game. I mean, what were we expecting? I'm not even surprised, I'll be honest. I'm not even surprised. Like, I saw a comment about this, like, on Twitter, when was it? Early yesterday morning. I just went, I'm not even surprised, honestly. I'm not even surprised. It's just, I mean, this game is just, it's a let's be honest, or whatever you want to call it, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Um, it's just, oh my goodness, I've never, yeah, I mean it's hilarious, but there you go. I don't know. Anyway, other interesting news. There was an issue with the game. Well, not with the game, but the developers of the game Dead by Daylight. Their lead programmer Ethan Amos Larson was doing a live stream, and he made some comments in reply to a viewer who asked when there was going to be a colorblind mode in the game. He said basically he was fed up of being badgered about the colorblind mode, and that was not received well, understandably, you know. So apparently some people clipped the video and shared it around online, and the video then reached Stephen Spone, I think I'm saying that right, who's the COO of Able Gamers, which is a charity that helps gamers with disabilities. And he said, if you're tired of being badgered about it, imagine how tired people are of not being able to play your game because it's inaccessible to them. And fair point, I think. And a few hours later, the developer of Dead by Daylight, who is Behavior Interactive, issued comments saying that they would be working on, or they were working on, colorblind mode. Now most people have been positive to the announcement, but some people are sort of saying that this is kind of damage control, that they're only doing it because, you know, as a reaction to what Stephen said, and, you know, sort of to try and make up for what Larson had said, which, yeah, I mean, maybe they were working on it, I don't know, but the fact that this is like something that's been going on for a while, there's been chapters of this game coming out for a while, and it's not been mentioned by them before, it does kind of give a ring of truth to the fact that this was something they did sort of to appease people who were making comments about that. Yeah, it does sound, and I think accessibility in games is a good thing. I like the fact that so many games companies are thinking about it. That is one of the things that, as much as I dislike Naughty Dog and how they handled The Last of Us 2, and I dislike the game, I think that the fact that it does have all those accessibility options in it is a good thing. I think it's something that should be considered a lot more. I know Microsoft are working on an adaptable controller and things like that that could be used, so I think it is really good that companies are thinking about that, because why should people be left out because of a physical disability? And I think it's awesome that there are charities, you know, like Able Gamers, who are helping people get into gaming and who are helping them to play video games even if they are disabled or handicapped, whatever you want to call it. And I think it's really cool that they are helping them get past that and giving them those abilities. So I think that's something that, you know, should be definitely considered and more people should be getting into. But there is one way that disabled people could perhaps control games, and maybe that's with their mind. Or at least, maybe that's what Gabe Newell from Valve is talking about, because apparently he's been interviewed by New Zealand's One News and talking about brain-computer interfaces. He said that it sounds indistinguishable from science fiction at the moment, but that developers would be making a silly mistake if they didn't keep up to date with that. Apparently they're working with OpenBC headsets to develop an open source software that can make it easier for developers to understand signals coming from the human brain. And this would then allow the software possibly to adapt to the player and how they're feeling, their reactions, and to adjust it according to what they're saying. Like if the game could tell that they were bored, sort of up the intensity, up the fun. If they were finding it too hard, maybe make it a bit easier. Things like that. But I think the way that he was talking about it was like the fact that he wants more than just that. He wants to go further than that. He wants to make interacting directly with the game via the brain to be a thing. Like he said, the real world will seem flat, colorless, and blurry compared to the experiences you'll be able to create in people's brains. So, like, sending signals from the thing directly into someone's mind, I guess. He said, obviously, it's a touchy subject because obviously no one wants to have their brain, like, hijacked or hacked in any way. But they're definitely looking into it, apparently. There are some other companies, big companies, that are looking into that. Facebook, for example, is working on how to allow users to type with their brain. And Elon Musk is working on a Neuralink, which is a less invasive way of connecting to the computer and the brain. I kind of find that scary, to be honest. Maybe it's because I've probably watched too much anime, like Ghost in the Shell and stuff like that. But yeah, watch it. Not the movie, not the Scarlett Johansson, the actual, anime. Or even better yet, read the manga. Yeah, those are good. But yeah, it's all that kind of stuff like that. Cyberpunk stuff is Cyberpunk. Okay. I don't feel comfortable with it. I wouldn't feel comfortable having a chip in my brain. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't want that. I mean, yeah, no, that's terrifying. That's really scary. I mean, I can understand, like, I interviewed a professor a few years ago from my previous job who had a thing put in his brain where he could control an arm. If I can find the video, I'll put a clip of it there. Like, he was in the US, and was in the UK, and he could move the arm using the internet and using the chip in his brain. I find that terrifying, to be honest. Like, I can see that for people with disabilities, that would be a good thing. Like, if they could, like, use some kind of neural interface to control, like, people who couldn't walk, to use devices that will help them walk to control things. Like, yeah, I can see the usefulness for disabled people, but there's so many dangers there, and the whole idea just, maybe I've watched too much Cyberpunk, but I don't trust people enough to think that, that would be a good thing. Because you never know who could do what to your brain afterwards. Also, interesting thing coming up here, a keyboard. This is a bit of a fun one. There's been a keyboard made by Thai Keyboards. They released a video on their YouTube channel showing this keyboard that they'd made, which basically is designed for Discord users to basically spam emojis or emotes. They said that emotes were the backbone of every good server, and so they built this keyboard that basically you press a button and the emote will appear, and you can interchange the pictures and the emotes that you use to allow you to post whatever ones you want just at the touch of a button. And it's just so random and so silly. It's so pointless, but that makes it awesome. Pointless stuff is always awesome. So yeah, that's all I've got for time for you today. Like I said, been super busy week. So much work on this week. And also on Friday, of course, we're doing the live stream. It will be from 6 p.m. Central European time on Friday the 29th of January. We're doing this in partnership with Sega to raise as much money as possible for Great Ormond Street Hospital, which is an awesome children's hospital in London. They do some amazing work. They do research, they look after families. The money basically will be going to all of those things. We're going to research, to upkeep on the hospital, building new wings, accommodation for families so that they can stay nearby their kids. Because obviously when your kid's in hospital, you want to be as close to them as possible. So the fact that this money will then help towards that, that's just awesome. So if you want to make a donation, there'll be a link in the description of this video. Also, we'd love to have you there on Friday. Join us in the chat, and we're gonna have some YouTuber friends, streamer friends joining us for the live stream to play some games. We're really looking forward to that. Also really nervous because this will be the first time I've done it, so expect technical issues as I mess up. So if any of you guys know about streaming, if you could join us in the chat and just sort of like help whenever I need it, that'd be awesome. But yeah, I would really love to see you guys there and be able to get a huge amount for Great Ormond Street. Anyway guys, that's it for today. Sorry it's such a short one. I've just been, like I said, super busy. But we will see you on Friday, I hope. Join us then, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.